we are nearing the end here. I also want to give a bit of a shout out because we weren't able to do so earlier, but a bit of a shout out to Glide, of course. That is the Russian caster who has been covering this entire tournament alongside us, and AsherBro, also casting in Chinese over on the Taiwanese stream. So yeah, it's great to see not just ourselves lonely here, but we have other language casters. For Nada, Rotterdam, and the other English casters, because mate, where are they? They're not here this time. Shaking my head. But it's all good. Here we go. We are diving in to our final best of 3.
That's right. And spawning in the bottom right as the Red Zerg, it is the Taiwanese player playing for Onside Gaming. It is Rex.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire ESL, we have the favorites of this entire tournament, arguably the best Protoss player in all of Taiwan, representing Good Gaming. GGG. It is nice.
I miss Oreo. Where's Oreo at?
What does that have to do with Oreo?
Wasn't that what he did in the cast? He did the GGG.
He did that because he really liked it when we did that, when me and Yaku did that. He was like, that's my favorite
No,
part.
it's the Oreo thing. Oreo invented it.
What do you
Okay?
mean?
Don't ruin this moment for me.
It's Rakshir, puppy. It's Rakshir.
All over again. You can't trick me. Not twice.
Shaking my head. But yes, here we are. The best Protoss in Taiwan, the best Zerg in Taiwan. Who is going to come out on top? And again, what the hell is the Protoss going to do? Bearing in mind, you were talking about how sometimes Nice does some weird stuff. Let's like wind the clock back a little bit. This madman went double Stargate Phoenix the last time we saw him.
Yeah, and also he's gone for this gas first opening once again, if I'm not mistaken, which means I would expect to see something similar that he did against Gogo Joey with the Stalker first into Stargate. We'll see if that's what he does end up going with. But that was a game that, in terms of the opening, went really well for him.
Oh yeah, it really did. It's just, he was a little bit vulnerable because of the overall game plan, because of the build, and Gogo Joey was able to abuse that. Meanwhile, there we go, Stalker first coming out from Nice, so he's not looking to be aggressive with adepts or anything like that. He is looking to try, and he switches his mind actually.
Interesting. Cancels it, gets the fastest target. Potentially from seeing these links coming across the map, but I guess they're not even at a weird timing, are they?
Yeah, and the third base is at a regular timing as well. Everything is looking pretty standard. Maybe just a little bit of indecision there by Nice, just changing game plans on the fly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, meanwhile, everything looking very standard coming out from Rex, getting a nice fast third. Almost kind of looking like a ZBT coming out from him then. I do like this for the bigger map. I think he's definitely safe to do this kind of thing. Probably has a read on the fact that Stargate play would be more likely on this map too, so definitely a good way for him to start.
Ooh, definitely. Meanwhile, the Adept does shade into that main base. So far, had no drone kills yet, but that may all change here as he, almost gets one.
Just blocks himself with the drones there. A little bit unfortunate, but good micro until then just to save all those drones.
And also really good micro from Nice because he keeps his Adept alive. He can go back home, join up with the second Adept. Speaking of harassment though, he did go for that Stargate opener. He is going for the Oracle first, not any weird Void Ray shenanigans.
Yeah, a bit more standard coming out from him now. Does manage to bring the Adept home in time to avoid Ling Speed finishing up, and also just to defend this third base that he's making now. So this is kind of a bit more what we're used to seeing in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely the Larva gets taken out here at the third base, even a Creep Tumor as well. Lings are going to confirm that the third base is on the way, but as you were saying, because there are Adepts here, because of the SimCity, the third base is going to be perfectly fine as Nice does indeed open up with triple Oracle.
Yeah, so kind of seeing that more standard hero style coming out, where he's going to take the triple Oracle potentially into a fast fourth, into a fast blink, try to get the map control with the Stalkers and with the Oracle, which I really like on this big open map as well.
Yeah, definitely, and I feel like Rex is fully aware of that. Here we go, he does pull his drones back. You'd love to see that. Micro almost gets a kill on one of those oracles, and only a single drone gets picked off.
Yeah, that went extremely well for Rex, getting so much damage on these oracles as well. And that is a bit of a problem for Nice, because these oracles are so instrumental with the style, but we are seeing him do something a little bit different already.
Yeah, after the triple oracle, he's going straight into a Phoenix, and the Phoenix can do a couple of things other than just kill overlords, but he can also be that much more aggressive and even try and CC some queens and even get more drone damage.
Ooh, great stasis trap there. Manages to distract up the top at the same time as sending that third one in to set up the stasis trap. Meanwhile, this Phoenix can also pretend to be a hallucinated Phoenix.
Okay. like, it's been a long day, Light, alright? It's
a trick.
It's a trick.
Trick Light.
It's a trick. He wants him to believe his overlord is dead, but it's not actually. It's crazy.
Faking a sentry.
Oh god. Meanwhile, plus one melee is on the way, so again, Rex is setting himself up to deal with that mass blink or blink stalker style, which is exactly what Nice is doing. Again, the only odd thing about it is going for that Phoenix, but again, now that he has joined forces with the oracles, he can potentially overpower some queens.
Yeah, and at the same time, with that fourth coming up, he is safe to take his own fourth at the very early time of 5:45. One of the hallmarks of the style as well. He does lift a drone.
I think that was a misclick.
I think that was meant to be the queen.
Yeah, that was meant to be the queen. It's okay, we don't need to talk about that. Don't worry about it.
That is a really cool idea, though. So the
Yeah,
idea is, I guess, he lifts the queen and kind of takes down some of the DPS, and he can go through all these drones. So I like it. I like where his head's at.
Yeah, exactly. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. As we have continued Oracle production, a lot of Oracles early on as well, which is pretty interesting to see. Meanwhile, Nice being very greedy, fourth base already being thrown down. We have a full wall off here at the third base of Nice. So Ling run-bys or Bane run-bys are going to be pretty difficult to pull off. Just fully walling off everywhere.
Yeah, I love this from Nice. He's really skimped on the units here. Actually not made very many Stalkers at all. And he's just using these Oracles just to make sure he's safe, just to keep an eye on what the Zerg is doing. Meanwhile, going for the double upgrades, so really investing into the late game.
Oh yeah, exactly. Very greedy play here from Nice. Meanwhile, he overpowers both queens. They both go down. Drones are falling left and right as well. Bit of a Ling run by. It does get intercepted by these Stalkers. Again, Nice having some really good map control. But behind all of this, we do see Hydras coming out from Rex.
Yeah, I love these plays from Nice, just using a very small group of units to achieve what he needs to achieve, not committing more than he needs to while he probes up, while he gets all those extra upgrades, but potentially Rex recognizing this and looking for an aggressive timing.
Yeah, I really do like this, especially because of the massive commitment into earlier oracles. So anti-air is going to be that much more important. Hydras are definitely going to help with that. Hydra range is already on the way, but this is scouted. For a long time, these Hydras were being hidden, and now Nice is fully aware, and now he can start getting ready. Actually throws down a robo.
I know why you like it, Light. It's because you want to make Hydras.
You're
on the copium. You want to make them. You want to believe they're good. You're like, Rex does it, puppy. Rex does it.
I know they're not good, puppy. I just want them to be good, okay? Let me believe.
I'm doing a Rex build.
Oh god, but here we go. Mass Ling to help support as well. Rex, he has a nice drone count here at 73. It pales in comparison to the probe count. Jesus Christ, look how many workers Nice has. Oh my god.
Wow, yeah, 92, kind of mirroring some of the style of another one of the Protoss of the region, Haas, well known for going all the way out into almost 100 probes. And yeah, I love this from him. He's managed to achieve what he needed to achieve in terms of map control with a much smaller army than usual. So why not go into very high?
Oh, the miss rally though! Oh, 3 oracles do get sniped out of the sky at the same time. Charge is not done. We do have a couple of slow lots waddling by, and they're going to be caught out here in the middle of the map. Rex is trying to bust through these rocks, but a little bit too slow. Nice is now wise of this, but at least these zealots have also been caught.
Yeah, these are, I believe Bud always calls them the old man zealots. They're the old men with the broken backs, just kind of stuttering across, and they do get picked off by the young man dogs. Very sad.
Very sad, very sad. Station traps are thrown down. Force fields as well, going to keep the army of Rex at bay. Banelings are being morphed in. Baneling speed is not done, by the way, so the old Banelings are going to be rolling on in, I guess, as well. They're going to be waddling in. Hydra's trying to find another way into this third.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake because we do see Bane Speed start up
Yeah.
right then. So a little bit awkward for Rex here. Does change his plans a little. I don't think he can just bust straight down the center, but as I say that, that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, we do see the blink on backwards, but that does expose that Immortal. The Immortal goes down immediately. The Banelings are waddling on in. No one expects the waddling Banelings, puppy. Ah!
Yeah, there's just nowhere to run for these Stalkers as the Banelings try to corral them off. And yeah, this is very awkward situation for Nice. I like what he was doing, being so greedy and using his map control to keep an eye on things, but there is a trade-off for everything. Maybe his greed was a little bit too much.
Maybe. What's important is that, mate, he's kept all his probes alive. Like, the Great Migration is real. The probe count for Nice is still looking insane, and Rex is forced to come back home. Zealots were wreaking a little bit of havoc here amongst the bases, almost taking down another one of these hatcheries. Nice has a little bit of breathing room here, but what can he do with it? Things are kind of a little bit chaotic, and he's trying to get into disruptors.
Yeah, Nice has started the Great Exodus. He's sent 30 probes to the next map. He's going to start the next game with 30 extra probes. That's where they were going, up to the top right. Just kind of traveling over. Oh, and he recalls them.
He recalled them back home. Let's go. But yeah, at the same time, the Lings are getting on top of the disruptors.
Oh, beautiful split set to dodge that disruptor. And again, manages to only take one Ling down with that disruptor. And suddenly this is an overwhelming force for Rex, cutting off the Protoss from their natural.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, here we go. We see a full surround. The disruptors go for one after another. Archons are trying to do whatever they can against all these Lings, but Rex is breaking on through. The Robo goes down. No more disruptors.
Yeah, I love this from Rex, and we've already seen it in another region with Mio Micah, but I think what we're seeing here is that Hydras are broken.
I think what we're seeing here, Asher, is Light was right, and Hydras are viable in ZVP, okay?
Yeah, very impressive coming in here. Definitely recognizing the opportunity for this timing, and Nice is crippled now, only on 3 bases.
Oh, exactly, but maybe 3 bases is all he needs. We shall see. More Banelings are being morphed in. Nice snipe there on one of those Hydras. There are shield batteries, there is overcharge, but Zealots are not what you want against Ling Bane.
Yeah, and there's no Robo now anymore for Nice. We are seeing another Robo starting up, but it's going to be so long before he has his Disrupt attack.
Oh, exactly. It's going to take quite some time to really rebuild all of that. 12 more probes do end up going down. Rex, he can back off. He can saturate his bases. My God. His base,
now?
It was a bit of a Zealot run by earlier. It barely survives. It barely survives. Oh, and thankfully, he didn't stop taking up. He's working on an infestation pit. I imagine eventually wants to get into Vipers.
What are those Overlords doing?
They're following the one drone.
That one drone is like the most stressed out, micromanaged worker of all time. It's just like, I feel like management's just like constantly watching me, man.
Oh my God, the anxiety is real. Papi, you're doing good, okay? You're doing good. Don't let them bother you. Feels bad, man. I did move. Oh my God. At the same time, Rex is expanding, taking the bottom left-hand base as well. He still has a lot of momentum going his way, setting himself up for even a full surround. Oh my God.
Yeah, you can just see how much economic damage was done and how much his tech was set behind, because this army is really small compared to the Zerg army, and G is called.
And just like that, Rex, validating what I said earlier, his ZVP is looking good. Phew. Thank God.
He knows. He knows about the Hydras.
Exactly. He knows about the Hydras. GG, well played. He will take a lead in this series and is 1 game away from moving on to that qualifying match.
Yeah, so just a best of 3 down in the lower bracket now. And that puts Rex in a really good position here, especially with one of the bigger maps out of the way as well. So I do like his chances coming into this next game.
True, but is it like a blessing in disguise? Because I agree, it is one of the bigger maps, and maybe because that's a little bit more Protoss favored when it comes to getting your economy going. But now, in a smaller map, I feel like Nice is going to be less incentivized to be that greedy.
True. Less likely to go to, what was it, 93 probes?
Yeah, that was insane. It was disgusting what I was seeing. It was absolutely disgusting.
But you can see one of the disadvantages as well with that is if you don't have bases to put those 90 drones on, it's not that useful. So, yeah. Here we go, going into Data C. Is this an underwater map?
No, I do not believe so.
Okay.
Unfortunately, things do not. It looks a little bit underwater, but things do not float. Things do not float.
Okay, so it's not Data under Desi.
Was that all just a setup for that? Was that?
I mean, I did want to know who was under Desi. But there's Fish Puppy.
Oh, that's like a Yahoo quote right there, man. We're letting into Data under the sea. Oh god.
Alright. I'll take it away. Warning. In the bottom left of Data under the sea, it is the Red Zerg playing for Onside Gaming. It is Rex.
I love it. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of ESL Data C, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player himself representing Good Game Gaming. GGG. It is nice. I like it. You're making your own memes on the channel now. It's good. It's good.
It's happening. I'm turning into one of you.
Oh, no. Not like this.
Not like this, please.
Gonna retire from playing and become a caster now. Oh, God.
Before it even began.
Oh, God. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mail you a puppet. Okay, we're gonna.
No.
Yo, that's one step too far.
If it gets that far, we can call it. You can just take me out the back and shoot me. That's the end for me. I'm not. Yeah. I can't break in on that territory.
Oh my god, it's all over, mate. It's all over. Oh god.
Meanwhile, we are seeing the natural has been denied.
Oof. Hashtag Zerg life. Hey, we were talking about this before. This is when you know that Nice is now in serious mode. He was having fun earlier, but now he goes for the block.
Yeah, so just kind of being a bit annoying there, forcing Rex to take a bit more of an uncomfortable base, and I'm sure we'll see the same kind of thing with the Adepts, just trying to harass a little bit, stretch thin the defenses. But so far, everything's standard. Oh yeah, exactly. We see our gate expand coming down here from Nice. Pylon is thrown down. As soon as the Cyber Core finishes up, we're going to see the tech of choice here. Soon TM as he's focusing on his Adept. It is, of course, the Adept first, not going to be any kind of weird Stalker shenanigans. Yeah, so chronoing out that Adept, definitely looking to put on a little bit of pressure, and we are seeing the Stargate once again. Yeah, and I was keeping an eye on this because if you remember, the last time we were on this map, and I believe it was Data C, was when Nice went for a triple gate opener into double Stargate. So I was like, oh, is he gonna do it again? No. He's done with that nonsense. He's good. He's good. He's got it out of his system. It's just like, oh. Exactly. Don't have to do that again. Yeah. Oh my god. So now he can play, again, a little bit more standard. A couple of Adepts are going across the map again. Going to try and pick off whatever drones they can. Going to make it a little bit more awkward to saturate this third base as well. And behind this, yeah, again, an Oracle, not a Void Maid. Yeah, so definitely going into the same style. Maybe he'll just kind of bring it back a little bit with the Greed. Play a bit more of that controlling style, especially on a map that does have a slightly shorter rush distance, I believe. Definitely going to want to look to control the map a little bit more this time. Exactly. And because of that, I imagine he's not going to commit as hard to those Oracles. We saw him go up to, I think, 7 or 8 Oracles towards the end there. I imagine he's going to pull back a little bit with that, focus a lot more on his Stalkers. But we shall see as the first Oracle gets across the map. To be fair, it was kind of unfortunate that he did lose half those Oracles with a bit of a misrally through the map. True. I know that can be something that happens as well on the new maps. You're not quite familiar with where units will generally be sitting, where the attacking units will be passing through. So definitely could be some teething pains coming through there as well.
And to be fair, for Cosmic Sapphire, rocks were also being destroyed as well and opening up different pathways, so that also comes into play because then the Hydras are moving in a bit of a different direction. So yeah, I don't blame Nice too much for that. Meanwhile, Rex is going to be sending a handful of Lings across the map just to keep an eye on the third base. It looks like Nice should be well prepared for this, has 2 Adepts, even has the 3rd Oracle on the way, just in case a massive amount of Lings do end up rocking up.
Yeah, nice Sim City there for him. And we are seeing on the other side as well, Rex's defense of these Oracle Harass is very solid as well.
Yeah, so both players kind of just bounce off each other, no major economic damage being done. And we can kind of get into the mid game here. And Rex, just to make sure, he goes in with an Overlord confirming, okay, yeah, there's a Force, there's a Twilight Council. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the norm. It is going to be that Blink Stalker style.
Yeah, we are seeing the Twilight, we're seeing the Forge, everything's standard. Meanwhile, shout out to Steel Mold in the chat. It's okay to have a puppet. I don't want to step on your toes. The puppet field, the puppet monopoly is all yours.
What did he say? Sag.
Sag.
Oh, he even spoke in your language as well.
He did. It was written to me. You didn't even see that. I had to tell you. It was
Aye. Not like this, Papi, not like this. Oh, God. All right, well, in the end, we do see that Rex is actually setting himself up here. I do kind of appreciate this. The Queens are being quite aggressive with their creep spread. We saw a Roach Warren instead of that Hydra Den, so he's going for a much more standard Ling Roach. And mate, I don't know if you noticed, but he has finished droning, and he did not get any Evo Chambers. He does not intend this game to go on much longer. Yeah,
very interesting. This is something that I haven't really seen before as an approach to dealing with this style, but it does make sense, especially if the 4th was taken a little bit prematurely, which it hasn't been, so props to Nice for keeping a good eye on the state of the game, and he does recognize what's coming his way.
Yeah, exactly, throwing down as many shield batteries as possible, but you know what, the Ling Roach Ravager is here, and with the power of the Roach Rav, you don't have to fight at the 3rd base, you can try and bow down and the Lings can flood in towards the natural.
Yeah, but he does go in and recognize that a lot of these shield batteries aren't ready yet, and using, kind of like the same way that you do with a Queen Walk, using the Ravagers to make these Oracles move. He is overwhelming this location.
Yeah, exactly. We do have an overcharge, but what is there left to overcharge? Because with the Biles, the shield battery goes down immediately. The Lings do flood on in. There's only a single Stalker remaining. There's almost nothing left here for Nice.
Yeah, this is so decisive by Rex. It's really cool that he's found a way to punish this new style, even without the fast 4th. He does recognize that the unit count was a little low, that Nice was trying to get away with a little bit of greed as well, and this killer instinct from him has really paid off, and look at him spreading creep outside the natural as well.
Oh my god, exactly, and he busts on through. GG gets called, and Nice, the favorite of the entire tournament, he gets knocked out of the qualifier. Rex moves on to the qualifying match for a ZVZ.
Yeah, beautiful all in there from Rex, just recognizing a bit of a, maybe from the last game, recognizing a situation where there is a hole for that kind of aggression and capitalizing. So you get your wish.
Let's go. My wish is becoming a reality here. We have our best of 5. We have our qualifying match, and it is going to be between Go-Go Joey and Rex. 2 Zergs.
The ZVZ finals.
Oh my god. But again, a very special ZVZ finals because it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, period. Nice is, again, still struggling to maybe adapt to the new style. Not just that, though, a lot of it is also because of the maps as well, right? We look at Data C, and we've talked about it before. We even saw it in Rex versus Nazin. You typically can expand and get 4 bases up and running pretty easily. You know, you can kind of turtle up quite well, and maybe Nice was, again, being a little bit too lax with things. He recognized that something was wrong, but a little bit too late.
Yeah, and kind of interesting as well. I'm not sure if the rush distance is like way shorter on that map, but it did get there very quickly. It seemed like it was breaking down the rocks when Nice noticed, and from the time that he broke down the rocks, those batteries were maybe only halfway done by the time he arrived.
Exactly. It was a very late response there. I think another thing that adds to that is that he didn't see that the rocks were being destroyed, so maybe he thought like a different attack path was going to be taken or something like that. Maybe he thought he would have a little bit more time to respond as well. Again, things happened very quickly there, and in the end, Nice falls and Zerg prevails.
Yeah, bit of a surprising result, and condolences to Nice. He's a very strong player in the region, arguably the strongest, so I'm sure we'll see him back in no time, but unfortunately does miss out on qualifying for TSL this time.
Yeah, he does. A bit of a feels bad, man. I mean, to be fair, Nice is going to be at Home Story Cup, so he doesn't have to be feel too bad about it. You know, he's still going to have opportunities to represent the region, but not in every event, because it seems like competition here is still pretty intense between these top players.
Yeah, and it's definitely good as well for the region to have a bit of different representation in different events as well, for the international community to, you know, get a bit more of an idea of the different types of players that are in Taiwan.
Exactly.
And Hong Kong.
And Hong Kong, exactly. I mean, that's the other great thing about this qualifying match, is that typically, historically, for a long time, it's been Taiwan that has been the dominant force here in this region of countries. Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Japan, Mongolia. But now tides are turning a little bit. The sea is rising. You know, Hong Kong has been able to make its mark. Go Joey has been slowly performing better and better. And now here we are, Taiwan versus Hong Kong in that best of 5.